Okay, hello and welcome to my channel. Thanks for watching. Cleaning a driveway today. Really been looking forward to this driveway actually. The blocks are quite light in colour and it's looking quite grubby, so I think it's going to clean up really nice and be quite a good transformation. It's actually a friend's driveway. It's quite bad with weeds as well. I've already been last week to treat the driveway with a weed killer. I quite often try and encourage the customer to do that themselves, because if I go and do it, that's 3 visits to the job. So I'll have to go to treat it with weed killer, leave it a week for that to work and take effect. Then I'll go back to pressure wash it, and then I usually have to go back to finish it off with the sand to resand a day or 2 later. So yes, it's not a big issue because I usually work very locally, and this job I was actually working quite nearby, so I said I'd pop by and do the weed killer, so that's not a problem. But it's all ready to clean now and should be good. Let's crack on. And it's going to be hot today, so yeah, scorcher. We're ready. Okay, so here we go then. I'm back to do the sand. The driveway is sitting right in the sun. It was drying out already. You could see it drying out already on the surface by the time I left, so I'm pretty sure that this morning it's going to be pretty bone dry, dry enough to apply the sand. This driveway was quite bad with weeds. The flat surface cleaner, the big yellow flat surface cleaner, didn't quite remove all of the weeds, so I ended up using the Turbo Lance tool, which is the most intense tool that I have. I usually just use that for going around the edges, but I went over some large areas of the driveway as well, just to make sure I got rid of all the weeds. I try and avoid using that tool as much as possible, because the more you use that tool, it's really intense and it will dislodge more and more of the sand the more you use it. So I usually just do a soft rinse, but I just use that tool because of that situation with the weeds. So you know, when you see a job that's got a lot of weeds like that, it's going to be quite hard going. That's why I wanted to make sure I used the weed killer first. Using the weed killer first means that it's going to be a better result in the end, and it's going to be longer lasting. The weeds won't come back again too soon. If you don't use the weed killer, then you just end up kind of chopping the tops off the weeds a lot of the time, and they'll grow back worse than before, so we don't want that. But I think it was worth it. The driveway looks really smart now, and the sand is just gonna finish it off nicely. there we go. I was really pleased with the result here. It's a fantastic transformation. My friend was really pleased with it as well. What actually happened was, a couple of days after, a friend of my friend came and saw the driveway. They actually asked me to do theirs, so I went to do their driveway, so I picked up another job, so that was really good. And when I was doing their driveway, I also had a couple of inquiries from 2 other people in the street, and that reminded me, really, I used to use these sight boards like this, so a really good idea to get sight boards like this, because when you clean up a driveway, it can really stand out in the street, and people that come by notice it. I've had customers comment to me before and say everyone who's come round has commented on the drive, so it really is a good way to pick up work, especially with pressure washing. You want to try and keep the ball rolling like that, really. So yeah, sight boards like this, really good idea. Quite low cost advertising, because once you've got the boards, you can just put them outside the job, as long as that's okay with the customer. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out the playlists on my channel. Loads more pressure washing jobs that I've done in the pressure washing playlist, and maybe I'll see you again very soon. Take care.